Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, so can't do that today. All right. So let's see. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me. It looks like I am live. I was trying to actually stream it to Facebook, but that's just not happening today. So apparently, yesterday was a fluke. But anyway, I am streaming it to LinkedIn though, because I decided that that's what I'm going to do. So, how are you guys doing today? I hope everyone is well. So today I wanted to talk about spirituality and religion versus religion. And so I wanted to actually share a little bit about my journey, into spirituality from religion. So this is my clear quartz crystal. Isn't it beautiful? Okay. So I am super, super, super excited to be here to share this little bit of stuff with you. Okay, this goes in here. Oh, it's a bloodstone? A bloodstone. Okay. All right. So I'm going to share a little bit about my journey. I am an intuitive energy alchemist, and I actually was raised Pentecostal holiness religion slash non-denominational, or as a lot of people say, a non-denominational with a holiness twist, with a Pentecostal twist. So anyway, my grandmother was a pastor, preacher, teacher, evangelist type. And she was so amazing and so beautiful. But she also began later on in her life, she started stepping into the metaphysical. And so she started, following Louise Hay and Abraham Hicks and Wayne Dyer, among a few that I can remember that she listened to and watched. And Reverend Ike. So she followed different people with different schools of thought, and so she started bringing all of that kind of a little bit of that into the church, because she actually had her own church. Because the backstory on that is that she wasn't able to do religion like she wanted to do in the church, because the church that she was a part of said that the women weren't allowed to preach. So they didn't allow women to preach in the church. So the highest thing she could get to be was the missionary mother, which was what she was. But she said God called her to pastor. And that's what she did. And so when she was, I was probably about, I think about 7 or 8 or so, something like that, when she started the church. And so I was right under her. Because my grandma was my person. So I was always under her. So anyway, I was basically spoon fed the Bible from a child. So I know the Bible and I know about Jesus. And I love Jesus, and I'm a God girl, However, I began to step into the spirituality folder instead of coming away from the religion, because religion is really not serving us, because people are still sick and dying, so what's the point? Why do you go to church and get prayer and all that stuff? if you're not going to do the things that require in order so that you can live and so that you can do some things. Because here's the thing, I just don't believe that all those people that are dying young are supposed to. Now, there are people, their assignment was completed, and we understand that and we know. But other people know. Everybody is don't have assignments that end when they're 30 or 50 or 60 or even 70, because you're really not supposed to die that young. People are living longer. And so I believe that if we take care of ourselves and if we connect to our spiritual team, and so that was one of the things that um, I started doing, was connecting to my spiritual team. When I learned that, I could connect with the angels and with my ancestors and with the archangels, and I could connect with spirit on my own. I don't have to go through any minister or a preacher or a pastor or a priest or anybody like that. I can talk to God myself. And so that was one of the things that really started standing out for me, even though I always kind of knew that really, but when you are indoctrinated in religion, from a child, then, there are certain ways that you think and certain things you're going to do that just don't really have anything to do with life or any fucking thing, to be honest. It's just things that people indoctrinated in you and told you that's what you were supposed to do, or that's what you're supposed to see, or whatever the hell, you know? So when you begin to think through your own mind, and when you begin to see that, those things, just because they told you that, and just because grandma told you that, it don't mean that it's right or true, or that it doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that it is right or true. It doesn't mean it, y'all. It doesn't mean it. And so that's the first step that I did, was really begin to start getting rid of all of those limiting beliefs. And you know what? It's a journey and it's a process. And it's not something that happens overnight. So it's something that I've been working on now for a few years, and I'll probably still be working on it for a few years. But I have gotten rid of so many that have allowed me to step into the flow of what God has for me. And I call it the big God and not the little God. So the big G, not the little g, because we were created in his image and likeness, for sure. And we are supposed to do greater things. Jesus even said that greater things we will do. So that is where I am on the mission to do the greater things that Jesus said we would do. And so I wanted to just come and talk and share about this journey that I'm on, out of religion into spirituality. And so I'll be doing some more videos like this. I decided that I'm going to start a series, and I'm going to do some more videos like this just to share, so that people can understand, and so that when they are ready to exit religion, because that is really what we have to do. I tell people all the time, I said, I'm not opposed to church. I have no issue with it. Do I go every Sunday? No, I don't. But am I opposed to it? No, I'm not. I believe that, people probably need fellowship and all that kind of stuff. However, I believe in God, and I believe in the big God and the one true God and the one that lives within each and every one of us. And so, and I believe that as a representative of God, that I am supposed to speak the word regarding situations, and things are supposed to line up. And so in that way, I say that everything works out for my good. And I say that every single day, probably 4 or 5, 18 times a day. And so I am grateful for that space and to be here. And so I wanted to just speak out, because I haven't really spoken about this in the past. But this is something that has been on my heart to speak to, because there are so many people in this space, so many people that are tired of religion and tired of that programming, and not actually getting any benefit from it, but they are wanting something else, and they're not opposed to God, because that's what I learn. There's so many people in this space that are opposed to God. They want the universe, and whatever. But I'm not there. I am a God girl, so I believe in God. However, I believe in the big G. I believe in the God that can do anything. I believe in the God that can heal. I believe in a God that shows us how to heal our bodies if we are paying attention and listen. I believe in that God. I believe in the God that speaks to us every day. I believe in the God that shows us what it is that we need to do. I believe in the God that we can ask questions, you know, because God is a part, our spiritual team. We can ask questions. We can say, hey, I don't know what's going on here. What do I need to do? Show me, that kind of thing. And so that is where I'm at in this life. And that's what I believe. And so I really wanted to come forward and share this because I know that there are people out here in the world and on YouTube that are looking for this and wondering, is there life after religion? That's what I'm going to call it. I'm going to call it life after religion. And I'm going to do a series on YouTube on YouTube. So if you're enjoying this, let me know. I would love to read about it in the comments. If you have a similar experience, share with us. I think that would be great. I try really hard to go and look at the comments. My husband actually helps me to go back and respond and look at the comments. But that would be great and amazing if you will respond. So I think that I'm also streaming on LinkedIn, so I'll try to look there as well. But if that is something that you are living with, reach out to me, connect, because connection is golden. Because I haven't found a lot of people that are willing to connect on this particular topic. I found a lot of people that connect on a lot of other things. They'll connect when we talk about the spiritual gifts and all that. And so I'll be sharing, more of this journey, and I'll be sharing more on that. And I also have a course that I'm doing for that. Or actually, no, actually, I would love to invite you to join me in my membership and be a founding member of my membership, because I'm offering founder member prices of the membership for $33 a month. And in there, you'll get there'll be weekly lives or weekly recordings. We'll do weekly recordings in there. Um, we'll do, I'll do some intuitive guidance readings in there. You'll also have access to me on Voxer and Messenger. Um, it's just going to be fun. I'll have trainings in there as well. And I'm also going to have people to come in and do different types of trainings. Like we'll do trainings on tapping, because I think that's fabulous and important. We'll do something on releasing limiting beliefs. There's going to be so much in there, but not too much. So I don't want to overwhelm people, but I want to put enough so that it's something that, is valuable to you. So again, I have that founding members price of $33. If that's something that you're looking for, it will provide community. You can ask questions. You can come in. It'll be a private Facebook group if you're on Facebook as well. I have a private Facebook group as well as on the internet. I'm creating an online portal for it. So I've got to finish that. It's just, it was stressing me. So what I do when stuff stresses me, I just put it down for a minute and then I pick it back up later, because I feel like it might be just timing, it might just be timing. It just might be like, okay, no, timing. So again, thank you so much for hanging out with me and for joining me. Those of you on LinkedIn, I appreciate you. Let me see. Have I been able to? Can I even see? Oh. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to pop off here because I have another meeting in about 20 minutes and I really want to get some food. So thank you for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I will be back on again probably later tomorrow because I got to work in the morning. So I think I might come on later tomorrow, and we can talk a little more. But this has been fabulous. Thank you for joining me. And like I said, if you have any comments, any questions, or anything, please comment in the chat. So again, thank you for joining. Bye now. Oh, okay.